Welcome back. We are jumping into our next conversation, and as we mentioned, it's all about turning fitness into fundraising with Belize Haven House. We are joined at this time by one of our friends. We have Sheena Smith with us. She is the vice president of the Haven House. She's also a colleague of ours as well, and so this is really one of her passion projects, her way of giving back as well. Good morning, Sheena.
Good morning.
A pleasure having you here on set.
Thank you for having me.
Usually behind the scenes working.
Different capacity.
I know, right? Now, I think it's very important to highlight the work that you do, your efforts really in terms of giving back to your community and in this way that you chose to do that. Let's set the stage for persons who might not be familiar with the work of Haven House, what it is.
So Haven House is a shelter for women experiencing domestic violence. We house women and children from 17 all the way to newborn. We offer access to legal services, medical services. We offer trainings, job placement if possible, and we also offer a way to be reintegrated back into society. Over the years, we have had thousands of women and children who have passed through the system. Some are repeat. But we've never turned back women. It's not a service that you walk in.
Yeah.
You definitely have to be referred through the police department or human development. But we try to ensure that we provide proper services and a holistic service to women. Sometimes we have women coming in with just the clothes on their back, and so our fundraising efforts, our toiletry drive, those are things that help to sustain this. We offer meals, we offer, just a safe environment for these women. And we're big on the support from our community. And so we try to ensure that we're engaging with our sponsors and our donors and our wider community as much as we can.
Before we get into the heart of why you're here and what you're here to promote, you are the first vice president of Haven House. Let's talk about how you got involved and perhaps what was your motivation to become a part of this initiative?
I got involved maybe 13 years ago. I was working at the Women's Issues Network at the time, and Haven House had a desk at the office, and the coordinator, Mindy, she was there, and she and we developed a friendship over time. And I remember whenever it's time to pay bills, whenever it's time to pay salaries, like the funding was really low, like it was really bad. And so we started to brainstorm just during our free time on things that we could do, and one of our first initiatives was our Denim Day. We decided to go out. We did flyers in the downtown area. We reached out to schools and other businesses, and we raised, I think at that time, about $2,000 for our first one, which was really good because, I mean, it's money.
Yeah.
Since then, I have just volunteered my time, and Mindy ended up asking me to be a part of the board, and I accepted. And since then, we have really pushed more fundraising efforts, more community efforts with Haven House. It's a passion of mine. I love giving back to the community. Mindy's a really good friend of mine, and she pulls on my heartstring. She taught me how to beg.
And you do so very well.
It was uncomfortable at first, but after a while you become better at begging, and it's for a good cause, and you know that the impact that every dollar makes. And so it's very gratifying for me to be a part of this and to know that we are making a difference, even if it's small. We're making a difference in the lives of these women and their children.
I found out about Haven House through those very same fundraising that you are so talented at, really asking the public to lend their support. She says beg. We can make it sound better than that. But I know that your Power in Purple initiative that has now been an annual event is one that's very popular as well, bringing about women to show support for the work that you guys do. But this morning you're here to talk about the fundraiser Fun Run.
Yeah.
You know, blending fitness and fundraising as well.
Yeah.
How are you guys planning to do that?
So the run itself is not the fundraising part of it. That's a part of our advocacy and our community effort and engaging our community. So we invite all of our donors, all of our community members, the schools, businesses to come out and just show unity in numbers. It's more of a statement to say that we as a community, we're supporting these women, we're against domestic violence. Our fundraising component is our little, we have a little thrift part of it that we're trying to establish. So we often get a lot of clothing donated to Haven House, and sometimes on Saturday or during the week in the morning time, Mindy and the staff would go out to the market and set up and try to make some money from these clothing. I mean,
I love that.
It's really
Why
quality
is there
clothing.
a light bulb popping up in my head?
What's
I'll
that?
try to get rid of a whole heap of clothes.
Send
So
it
you
right-
could send some
send it
male
right-
clothes.
yeah.
I mean,
no matter which
we
clothes,
don't
right?
often accept male clothing for the shelter,
Or
but
to sell at the
to
market?
sell, yes,
All right,
we
good.
will accept.
All right,
As long as they're good quality, we don't want nothing where tear up, stain up. What's up?
It's not look like the type who have tear up clothes, Sheena. Come on now.
No, but I'd be giving towards a good cause. So you
Yes,
just have
yes.
to remember
So
that.
yes, we would appreciate those. We often have people asking, and for a while we weren't accepting donation because we had an influx. So Mindy came up with the idea that this is something that we can do.
I love that idea.
Yeah, and so we're encouraging people to come out. This will be at the BTL Park because we have 2 locations this year for a fun run. One in Belmopan at the Governor General's Field, and then one in Belize City at the J.
I want to go back to a comment that you mentioned about showing solidarity in numbers, and it really takes me to last year. And you know, oftentimes, Sheena, whenever there's the recognition of like or the acknowledgement of Domestic Awareness Month, we oftentimes see almost kind of like a spike in these cases, especially on the news. And you would know because you work in the news as well, or in the business of the news. How does that affect the work that you guys do? Because I imagine you would interact with a lot of these stories that we would also highlight in the news. They would find themselves at the doors or connecting with people who work at the Haven House.
Yeah, it's a discussion that we've had as a sector, that the weeks leading up to Women's Month, or even during Women's Month, the weeks leading up to 16 days of activism are when the abusers are most active. We don't know why. And it's not only the increase of the domestic violence, but it's the type. You know, it's the severity. It's for me personally, I would say it's a little bit frustrating because here we are working and trying to prevent this from happening, and it still happens. I do know that, yes, we have a lot of resources for women, but I also think that a gap is having resources for men. I think that they also need some type of psychosocial support, something that the community, but unfortunately it's not part of what Haven House is mandated to do, but maybe Isani
can step in.
Right, you know, build an organization that supports men within, you know.
Well, going back to the fun run and the other ways that we can show fundraising, I want to quickly highlight ways that we can get in touch with you, because I know one of the really interesting things about Haven House is it's not an establishment that you can stop in at. You know, you would have to connect with people. So if there are people like Isani who would like to make donations, how can you do that? Who would like to send clothing? The
first place that you can contact is through our social media. We have our Instagram page and our Facebook pages. We can also reach out. We have our president who is located at the UWI, that you can also reach out to her there. Usually we have our contact information on the page, or when you are looking for, like for right now, we have our contact information on Facebook if you wanted to reach out to purchase tickets for the brunch. And so that's the same number that you can contact us through. We have a number of people who are available to gather resources, or if you have questions on how you'd like to support, because we often still do need volunteers. For something like the color run on Saturday, we need people to assist us with handing out water, handing out the color powder. We need people to help us with the thrift store, and also with giving out like refreshment, banana, things like that at the end. So
do you have to pay to be a part of the color run?
So the color run is free.
Okay.
Usually we give away t-shirts, but you know, we're in a little bit of a recession, so we're asking people to come out in your old t-shirts, or if you have a t-shirt that you don't mind getting dirty, to come out. So we have
and that's this Saturday.
This is this Saturday. We have Miss Karen Rosito doing the warm-up for the Belize City run, and then we have Fatima doing the warm-up for the Belmopan run, and Miss Marilyn Dawson is the one working with the University of Belize and the Belmopan City Council in Belmopan. And then for us, we have great support from the Belize City Council, Sports Council. They have handed us like the transportation for the DJ. We have, of course, Santiago Castillo. They have always been a major support of any event that we do. Miss Aisha is amazing at supporting us. And so we're inviting everybody 5:30 on Saturday to come out, show your support, bring your small change if you want to buy. We have work pants, we have shoes, we have blouse, we have dress.
You could get a whole OIE outfit right over there.
And it's a fun time. We have music, we have, you know, everybody enjoying themselves.
All right. Well, Sheena, it's always a pleasure. We definitely support the work that you do here, not only because it's you, but because we know the importance of it.
I appreciate that.
All righty, we take another quick break, but don't go anywhere. Speaking of outfits, when we come back, we'll be showcasing culture in every stitch with Sandra Mai.